There is a saying in the fraternity of coffee lovers that a yawn is a quiet scream for coffee. So if you apply that to the investment landscape in Africa, so when Africa yawns, some investors come and they think that Africa is dozy and they try to take more out of Africa from investment returns as opposed to what they give into Africa. So those type of investors we call X-men. So the extent to which they want time's money back. They see Africa as the final frontier for super returns and do not think necessarily about sustainable investment in Africa. So that's not the type of investor that you're trying to bring in to the continent. Then you have investors that respond to that silent scream or that quiet scream by giving decaffeinated tea to the problem. So what they do is they want very short duration lending, and they come at the problem from a syndicated loan market in the UK and in Europe, and also from a Eurobond market, where the only entities out of Africa that can fund there are financial institutions, state-owned enterprises, and large conglomerates that get funding between 2 and 4 years. But Africa needs not decaffeinated tea. Africa needs cappuccino. It needs espresso. So the type of cappuccino that we need in Africa will be private debt funding. There are a large conglomerate of institutions in South Africa and the African continent that do not get access to the syndicated market and to the Eurobond market that need private debt. So what we do is we create funds and we create innovative structures to be able to give investors access to these. Maybe the bit of espresso that we also need is then in the private equity space and also in the infrastructure equity space and the real estate equity space. And those type of funds we've launched, and we try to then attract investors into the right opportunities for Africa. So in short, if you think about the equation that works for investment returns in Africa, it is economic impact or return multiplied with social impact and return that should result in sustainable shareholder or investment returns for investors.